Shalom, Israel. I'm Captain LeBron. Those who like school with you weekend, the commander Johnny Young. Inviting all black Native Indians out to the 6th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the Fire Weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago.
From the flames, you got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Mosque himself, captain of 13,000
July 21st, we got 12 children of Muhammad with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Tadariyat and Captain Qadash with Cross the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain Ash, Captain Qadash, and Kazak Yad. It's going to be called Before Columbus Came.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout. Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yohana will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Playtime Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Flag. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
My love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on his Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't him. This shit light work. Who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feet, you will never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines, you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe, connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can head now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walk in this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Yeah. 144 to yeah. Yeah.
But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but
Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me, I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket. Who got to blow these niggas out the water? He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, fourth quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. Bomb on the Pearl Harbor. He ain't real, he alive. If he real, who am I? Now his ass in the fire. UPK till I die. Please don't cross the line. Try to stop and stop trying. Boom shop is barbed wire. I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. So I ain't move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Make it the race, get to it. Ain't taking no shit, get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cops, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. You hear the truth that I'm speaking? Lot of hate for no reason. Probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. I sling this shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody. They're warfare with you nobody. This ain't a rap, this a message. And it will be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct it. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the entry, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get the sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him running Serafina. Yeah. I got a dilemma. I'm about to have a baby, but I still want a baby. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dreamer. I'm strictly getting it. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I'm gon' kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. Antoine Fisher, nigga. Do you need a healing? I know you can hear me. I'ma bet you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump loving pussy. I'm a king, you a cookie. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it, nigga.
Hey, Juice, let me know, sir. Pothole in the street, fork in the road. Shit I seen with my eyes just forced me to grow. Like my grandpa cooking crack on a spoon. I'm from where if you don't sell it, then you use. Dropped out of school, I had to play the streets. Granny said they shooting up the streets, she don't know it's me. Life cheap, I made a fortune off a home invasion. Trey ate across his face, he know I ain't playing. I ain't leaving empty-handed, I remember coming home late nights with empty cannons. Now I make these devils cry when we hold camp. The only place you'll get respect, you kill that old man. Straight up. Look, I took the narrow path. I'm certified in this shit, but my apparel black. We don't walk the same walk, I'm aware of that. You never seen a nigga serve the Lord, what you staring at?
If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end. As I creep in the Camry, I let the song blast. Reminiscing of the time I walked the wrong path. Hitting licks, did whatever just to get the bread. Dropped out of school cause I chose to sell crack instead. Yeah, I was head first with a red shirt. Let them see the flag, smoking all day. You could say I was breathing gas. Used to kick those, no COVID, I ain't need a mask. Almost getting caught by the laws, heart beating fast. I thought I was destined to live this life forever. Got in class and my life changed for the better. I remember the days I used to wear a cross. Now I'm one West, so I got a better cross. I'd be dead or in jail if it wasn't for the truth. That's a miracle, no need for further proof. Endure is the goal as I grow old, but I got a ways to go, cause it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road.
Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? In this war, I let the song play. Bitch, I had a long day. Fuck your family photos and the pictures in the hallway. Cut the please short, cause I don't fuck with you the long way. All we got 4 middle fingers in the concave. We don't got no sympathy, no remorse or no empathy. Age 30 something, but spirit been here for centuries. 40 got me limping like I was nursing the injury. I just be the same on both sides, yeah, that symmetry. Suckers moving lateral, I just move for capital. I just want that bag and holding rap as collateral. Sucker niggas stay calm, Draco shooting napalm. Pop up anywhere on you rappers just like I'm State Farm. Fuck it, I'm with all states, cause I bring that mayhem. Anywhere that Geico, homie better pay him. I ain't got that time for it, I ain't rocking time for it. I just keep my cover in a shield with a lion on it. Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? No, really, I ain't that guy that you should try. I'm that type look you in the eye before you die. Niggas dressing like top models for Calvin Klein. Me, I'd rather pop top bottles, have all the shine. Couple bad bitches to grind up on my 9. Tryna figure how to multiply your dollar sign. Shit, I done had some close calls in these streets. I done made it out the mud and got it all squeaky clean. Light skin in the game, tryna balls at Levine. What you mean? Ain't no lean, only Hennessy is funny. And I'm coming with the drip off the top. Let's get this money. Motherfuckers think it's funny till I'm tripping, getting comfy. Cause I need my dough up, I'm lit and I'm tryna go up. I'm on the wave, so I roll up and throw up soon as I show up. Cause I been with the shooters, the shakers, and all the movers. 50 cal with the ruler, turn your block to Fallujah. Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with?
Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with?
We live? Yep. Clap it up. Most High in Christ. This is the Friday Lashawan Qadash class. We are the ISUPK. Started out at 1 West. We good? All right. Yeah, all right. We the ISUPK. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York. And since 1969, we have been waking up Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians to their true culture, which is according to the Bible. Of course, holding down the sword is commanding General Yohana, who has held down the sword that other brothers left the truth couldn't sustain. You understand? So, of course, we continue in our building our nation up and showing them who their culture, which involves knowing how to speak the Hebrew, which we call the Lashawan Qadash, which means the holy tongue. You understand? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a couple of scriptures just so you can see how the Lashawan Qadash or the Hebrew or the Holy Tongue has been with us during history, how we have carried that same tongue throughout the times, and then to this day in slavery, we have lost it, and then because of Commander General Yohana's love for Christ, we continue to build our nation up to learn it again. You understand? So if you can give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 28 and 49. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 49 to start off there. If you could, Bible shot. So like I got my main man and on Shema for me, captain. I mean, it's like I'm the major captain already. So like Officer 500, Ramawan, always holding down the ones and twos with me. You understand? Most High in Christ. All right, can you start there with me?
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 49.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So the Lord shall bring a nation against us from afar. At the time when we were enslaved, of course, we were over in Africa. We settled there only because of us being destroyed in Jerusalem in 70 AD by General Titus and his son Pompeius. And what we did was we traveled down into Africa. And of course, our skin tones were similar, although our cultures and characteristics weren't. But it was a good hiding place for us for, of course, thousands of years until this transatlantic slave trade. So what Deuteronomy is actually talking about is what would happen if we didn't follow law, statutes, or commandments. And this is part of the reason the transatlantic slave trade happened and what happened in during that time. So if you could, you can continue on.
Okay. From the end of the earth,
go ahead.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
As swift as the what?
The eagle flieth.
He said that it was going to be a people that come and get us, even from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. And we all know the symbol of America is the eagle. The symbol of European nations predominantly is the eagle, because throughout the years, that's who they characterize themselves at. You know what I'm saying? The prey that will swoop down on any nation and defeat them. So, of course, in their prideful ways, they have carried on this eagle as a symbol, just like they do in America today. Go ahead.
God. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
This says a nation's tongue that they will not what?
That thou shalt not understand.
This is a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, meaning you, blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians, who make up the nation of Israel. So before we came over here, we were speaking Hebrew. Before the oppressor came over and demolished millions of Native American Indians, they were speaking Hebrew as well. For one thing, they got in a museum today. It's called the Black Creek Stone, which has Judah on there. In ancient, they call it Paleo Hebrew, but in the Lashawan Qadash. You understand? So we came over here and we didn't know English. We didn't know what the heck they were speaking. They beat it into us during slavery. That's why we speak it so well. That's why now you have Jakes that can speak English as good as the oppressor, because it was beaten to us. You understand? But before it was beaten to us, Lashawan Qadash was, in the Holy Tongue, was what we spoke. Even up into Christ's time, even into the fall of Jerusalem, like I said, the Lashawan Qadash was our native tongue.
Sort of 50.
Yeah, go to 50. No, don't go to 50. Give me Genesis. Give me Genesis 4, and give me Genesis 11, and give me verse 1. Start off at verse 1 with Genesis 1. Genesis 11 and 1. Slack, if you can. Now, I'm gonna try to make this a class where the audience can be a little active. So, I may ask questions. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. And as we get those questions, I'll try to answer them as good as possible. If I can't answer them, of course, I don't know everything. I'm still growing myself, but I will definitely get you an answer. If not by the end of the night, next week, I'll definitely make sure that I get to it. You ready?
Come on. Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 says, and the whole earth was of one tongue.
So
and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
So at this time, the whole earth was of one language and one speech, which was the Hebrew. This is the whole, and even if you go back into archaeology and go back to all these people who studied that time period, they would tell you that the first language was what they call now Paleo Hebrew, or what we call the Lashawan Qadash. You understand? Go ahead.
Oh God.
And this is a story that a lot of us heard, even in the Christian church. Before I even got into knowing what the truth is, this story was very prominent, even in the Christian church. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there.
Go down to verse 4.
Oh God. Verse 4. And they said, go to, let us build us a city.
And they said, go to, let us build us a city. How was they trying to build a city? Read.
Oh God. And a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
They were trying to build a city and towers that top, you know what I'm saying, reach to heaven. And what does that remind you of right now? If you live in Chicago, if you live in downtown New York, if you live in downtown California, if you live in downtown Minneapolis, Indianapolis, what does that remind you of? That reminds you of these skyscrapers and that's millions, looks like almost millions of feet tall. And that's what they were trying to build at this moment. So like I got a question on that.
No, I was just going to say.
Oh, so at this time, they were trying to build cities and towers high, you know what I'm saying, to sit upon like the heavens. Read.
So it's like I know what I was going to say.
Go
That's the same thing the oppressor do today. So you, like you said, and it actually correlates with the scripture you just read, as them being like an eagle in Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they want to do, they want to be high. They like even now you look at they want to be and build a space force. They want to reach. They feel like that they can reach God, or they are a God. So that, you know what I'm saying? So
damn right.
It's crazy that a lot of these scriptures that talk about the oppressors being on a perch or being high or being in the mountain or being, building a tower. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the oppressor trying to raise itself higher than the Most High.
And you hit it right on the head. Even now, look at the lingo that they use in their military structure. The eagle has left the nest, and all, you know what I'm saying? All this have been based on they love for this creature that, of course, the Bible has recorded throughout the years. It's not something that's just starting to happen. This is something that has been happening along the years, where men, prophets of the Lord, have somewhat associated the oppressor or the spirit of the oppressor, like the eagle. You understand? Even in Obadiah, where you know what I'm saying, in all these scriptures where it talks about the oppressor and the spirit of oppressor, it tells you how their characteristics makes them the same people that we are under suppression with today. Go ahead.
God. And let us make us a Salakia, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Say, let us make us a name, and last, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be scattered abroad the face of the earth. Go ahead, keep reading. You can go to 5.
God. Verse 5. And the Lord came down to see the city.
Now, when this says the Lord came down, don't think in your Christian mind that the Lord actually came down. You understand? This ain't what that means. This means, you know what I'm saying, just like in Isupk. Go ahead, Salakia.
I thought you said Salakia.
just like in the ISUPK, we have ranking structure and order, and in the ISUPK, General Commander Yunahana don't come to everything that happens in Chicago. You understand? He sends messengers. He sends men to report back to him. And this is what the Lord was doing. The Lord didn't physically come down on earth. The Lord sent angels down on earth and to take report, just like we do. Any brother that's watching that's in ISUPK, you understand that what a report is and how that structure goes. The man above you have you to go check something out. Hey, let me know what's going on. That's what the Lord did. So just in case a Christian ever asks you about this scripture, no, the Lord did not touch earth. This is not what he did. He wasn't walking amongst men. Go ahead.
Which with the children, which the children of men builded.
Go ahead.
Going to 6. Verse 6. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language.
So the Lord understood that these people was all one, and they had one language. So of course they was all on one accord at this moment, trying to all build this, what you would call cities and towers to reach heavens. Go ahead.
And this they begin to do.
And they actually begin to do it. So it was like the Lord was like, look at this. Like these, you know what I'm saying? Like they actually pursuing this. They actually got the mind power and togetherness to actually, try to make this happen. Although he knew that it wasn't gonna happen. But anybody who has a will like that, the Lord had to bring you down. Anytime you have pride that much that you would seek to sit upon in the same area as the Most High, then the Lord has to bring your pride down. You understand? Go ahead.
It's like it. And now nothing will be restrained from them.
Exactly what I just said. He saw that there was nothing that was going to stop them from doing what they set their mind to do. You understand? There was no strain from them. They didn't care what it took. They was going to make sure that this happened, no matter how many bodies they killed, no matter how many, no matter how much they knew that it was impossible, they was going to do what they had to do to make sure it was possible. Go ahead.
It's like this verse. I think I did that first part. Genesis 11:7. Go to, let us go down.
Now, who was this talking when it said go to? Let us go down.
Who's it talking to?
Who was saying who was this speaking of saying that let us go down? Who was that? Who was saying that?
This was the oppressor.
No, it wasn't the Most High.
Oh no, this was Salaki, because this is like I said, it's saying they going down, so it had to be like the angels,
right?
Yeah, it had to be the angels.
So it said go to, let us go down. You know what I'm saying? Let us go down. You know what I'm saying? Read.
And there confound their language.
And let us confound their language. So let us go down there and confound their language. Sometimes when you read in the Bible, because of some of the way things are said, it's kind of rough on the mind for us to read. But if you just read it how it's supposed to be read, go to, let us go down. You know what I'm saying? They down there, let us go too, but let us go down and let's confound their language. Like let us go down there and make sure that what they trying to do doesn't happen. You understand? Let's bring their pride down. You understand? Go ahead.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
That they may not understand one another's speech. So the reason we have all these different languages and speeches today is because of the same reason that at the Tower of Babel, when everybody had the same communication, they conspired against the Most High to sit up there with the Most High. At that time, the punishment that was given was everybody's language was split up. One man was able to keep the language by the name of Eber, who was at that time the grandfather, I believe, of Noah. And because he was able to keep the Hebrew language, which Eber is a translation of Hebrew. Well, Hebrew is a translation of Hebrew. Today we get to still speak, our language, which is the Lashawan Qadash and the Holy Tongue. You understand? And although he scattered all those people and all those languages through one bloodline, the Lord always works. The Most High always works through a bloodline. He worked through Eber, he worked through Noah and Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and today will be the 12 tribes of Israel who should be still keeping this language. And due to our slavery and punishment, we've been taken away from it. Thanks to Commander General Yohana, we brought back to our holy tongue and able to learn. You understand? I'm gonna get one more scripture for you, and then we're gonna go over to the board. If anybody got questions, comments, concerns, please put it in the comment books. And then I'll get back to you. If I can't get to you today, of course, I'll get back with you next Friday if you tune in.
So, like, what's the next scripture you want?
Yeah, give me Acts 26:14 if you could.
Okay.
Like I said, Hebrew was given to us in the beginning, from Adam all the way to the fall of Jerusalem, and even after. We didn't lose our language when we ran. You understand? Our language was Christ spoke Hebrew, of course. The angels speak Hebrew. The Most High speaks Hebrew. This has always been part of our history and part of our culture. The Hebrew is just something that we've lost, again, like I said, through our punishment. You understand? Go ahead. You got Acts 26:14. And this is to show you, even in your renewing of your mind, and you coming into this truth, and you coming into knowing who you are as an Israelite and as a Hebrew, as an Israelite, and knowing your language, it's the same thing that happened to some of the prophets that was in the scriptures, for one Paul. So this scripture he about to bring out is about to be how, of course, Paul was a persecutor of what you would call Christians and the followers of Christ. And then he had him a rude awakening himself. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Acts 26, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
In a what?
In the Hebrew tongue.
In a what?
In the Hebrew tongue.
He heard a voice speaking to him in the Hebrew tongue. You understand? Why is it so prevalent that this had to be noted that he heard a voice speaking to him in the Hebrew tongue? You understand? Because at this time he didn't know what the hell was talking to him. He didn't know what was going on. Even if you believe in angels and all this, he wouldn't. To him, it was like something angelic was speaking to him, but it was speaking to him in the Hebrew tongue, in his foreign language. I mean, in his language, in his cultural language. Go ahead.
So, like, this was when Paul was walking through to the going and when he got blinded, right?
He was on his way to Damascus.
And he fell. Everybody fell over. He got blinded, and all he could hear was the voice of the Lord.
That's right.
And the voice of the Lord. Well, we gonna read it.
Right.
But he was saying, so everything he was saying at this time he was saying to him on the ground while he was incapacitated
and couldn't see.
it. He was saying it in Hebrew, which means even though he wasn't with them at that moment, he still, that lets you know all of them, even the Sadducees and Pharisees, they were all still speaking Hebrew.
Right, damn right. They was all still speaking Hebrew. They all read from the Mosaic law that was written in Hebrew. The Hebrew tongue has been passed down for so many generations, and thanks to the Most High and Christ, that even to this day, and you talking thousands of years since the fall of Jerusalem, we still have our holy tongue. We still have the Lashawan Qadash in the Hebrew language. And who would have known that it would have went this long and still been something that was in existence? There's many languages that's been not discovered and were languages at one point in time, but yet and still the Most High made it just like he said, he's never going to truly let us be destroyed, because at the end of the day, it's his will that's going to be done, which means Christ will rule this earth. And guess what's going to happen when Christ rules this earth? This earth will be speaking Hebrew again. So this is us getting a one up on the rest of the earth. When Christ returns, we get the chance to learn our Hebrew tongue, and we're going to be able to have conversations, and money going to be in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. You understand? Go ahead.
Come on. I'm sorry for the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
And when we were all falling to the earth, I heard a voice speaking to me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
In the what?
In the Hebrew tongue.
This is Paul at this time was Saul. He hadn't become Paul yet. He said, and when we all was falling to the earth, so the earth shook. He said he heard a voice speaking to him in the Hebrew tongue. Go ahead.
Okay. Saul.
It says Saul, who became Paul. Go ahead.
Come on. Why persecute thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
And so he was telling Saul, he said, why are you persecuting me? You know what I'm saying? It's what he say, it's easier to what?
He said, why Saul, why persecutest thou me?
Yeah, why persecute me, Christ? Go ahead.
It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
It's hard for you to kick against pricks. You know why? Because if you kick against pricks, it hurts. It hurts you more than it hurt the pricks. You understand that, right? So as much as he was persecuting Christ, he also understood that what he was doing, it hurt him more than it hurt Christ. Christ was here for a reason. We here for a reason. I actually became this to teach your culture to you. Welcome to the Lashawan Qadash class. We're gonna go over to the board and show you a little bit on the board. Teacher, yeah. So give us a couple of seconds. We're gonna go over the alphabets. We're gonna go over some words and stuff like that. And if you got any questions, just fill it into the comments. You understand?
Islam, I'm Captain Bond. Those who like school, if you can, the commanders on your honor. Invite all black Hispanic and Native Indians out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the Fire Weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago.
Step back from the flames. You got a lot more to lose, man. It's
Under the Midwest Mosque in Isupk, captain of 13,000 North Block.
That's on the way to Malaysia, showing no mercy like
July 21st, we got 12 children of Muhammad with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Tadariyat and Captain Katazal with Cross the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain Ash, Captain Kadaza, and Kazak Yad. It's going to be called Before Columbus Came.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout.
All right, so what we got here, and especially for some new officers and the brothers that's just trying to get some knowledge of our Hebrew tongue or our home. This is what you call Lashawan Qadash. It's considered the holy tongue. The basic rules is we read from left to right. I say this all the time. Blacks and Hispanics are considered dyslexic, but I believe that it's something that has been in us since the beginning of time to read right, left to right, read right to left. In today's society, of course, we read left to right, and of course, that's learned from the oppressor. The oppressor teaches us to read that way. You know what I'm saying? in the Lashawan Qadash, we do read, like I said, from right to left. If you look in your books today, you look in any book that you read, of course, like I said, we read left to right. So don't look at yourselves as you got an illness, Blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians. You don't have an illness. This is something that at one point in time was common day life for us until we got into captivity. You understand? This is the Lashawan Qadash. You got the ancient Hebrew language, which is these letters and symbols up at the top. This is the Hebrew language that we began on. This is what Adam, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. This is what the way that they read the Lashawan Qadash, or the ancient Hebrew language. And then, of course, we went into Assyrian captivity. And after Assyrian captivity, this is what it transformed to. Means the same. So these letters and these letters mean the same when you know what I'm saying, when you contrast, when you read them out. It's a couple of different rules when it comes to the Hebrew, to the Assyrian Hebrew, that is not exactly in the ancient Hebrew. You understand? I'm going to go over the printing of the ancient Hebrew language. Okay? And then, so this is the printing of the ancient Hebrew language, and this would be considered the English or what we would hear in the English language.
Slow it up just a little bit so you can see that.
Go ahead. Good to go. All right. So first, I'm gonna go with, in the ancient Hebrew, we're reading the La, Sha, right here. Wan. These are the connector. It connects this and this. This is a wa, and this is a na. Qua, dash, another connector. Da, and the sha. This is Lashawan Qadash. This is class you're in right now. All right. So in the ancient Hebrew, these are the letters in the ancient Hebrew. This is in English. This will be a th, a sha, a ra, a qua, taza, pa, I, sa, na, ma, la. I always remember the la because this looks like an L. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the easier characters that I've learned to understand. Ka, ya, ta, ha, za. This is another one because of that looking like a Z. You kind of, it puts you in the mindset of a Z, or the Z sound. So za, wa, ha, da, ga, ba, and ah. So putting these characters together in the ancient Hebrew makes up the words in the ancient Hebrew that we speak, that we spoke back in the ancient times. We talked about the Tower of Babel at the time. This is what you would see in the modern scripture at that time. You understand? Then you go to the printing of the Assyrian Hebrew. This is after the Assyrian captivity. This is, like I said, these words correlate with these characters correlate with these and make the English sound that these same characters make. So just like this is the this would be the for Assyrian Hebrew. Like this is the sha, this would be the sha for Assyrian Hebrew. Like this is the ra, this would be the ra for Assyrian Hebrew. Like this was the qua, this would be the qua for Assyrian Hebrew. Taza, This would be the Tazah in the Syrian Hebrew. So when you go down here and you see these extra characters at the bottom of these of the character, that the main character, these are used as letters as so these are the letters that fall at the end of words. So if you have a Tazah in the beginning of a middle of a word, it'll be this. If you have a Tazah that ends at the exact end of a word, it'll be this. You understand? So that's the only difference between this one and this one. It's not really confusing once you start reading the Hebrew and start writing the Hebrew. You just know if it start off as Tazah or if it's Haratazah. This will be the Haratazah, the Tazah and Haratazah. This would be the Tazah and Tazarah, Tazah. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what part of the word that it falls on, whether it gets this one or this one. It's the same thing for pa. Depends on what part of the word it sits at. If it sits at the end, alawap, this would be the pa that you put at alawap. You understand? Or pagayawa. This will be the pa you use at the beginning of the word. You understand? Then you got I. You got sa. You got na. Na also has the ending. You know what I'm saying? Lashawan, you know what I'm saying, would have this at the end instead of this. You understand? Because this is what ends that word. You got ma, same thing with ma. You got la, ka, same thing with ka. Ya, taza, slakia, ta, ha, za, wa, ha, da, ga, ba, and lastly, you got or ah. Now, when you handwriting, of course, it's not going to be as perfect as this. Most of the time, when you have a chart that's set up, it takes the mean of how it was written, and it takes that mean and puts it in a chart. But normal handwriting would be like this. This would be the handwritten version. The one that ain't as perfect as this. It would be how you would actually write it if you was writing it on paper. You understand? This just means the same thing as this. If it ends at the end of a word, this is the handwritten version of how you would write it. You understand? So I'm gonna step back. For anybody new to the class, take a screenshot so you can have this chart so you can go over it, look at it. I'm gonna step back and give you a chance to do that for 1 second. I have that part to test on. Lord's name is Yahweh. I remember it. All right, so what we're gonna start off with I'm gonna start off with using these alphabets, and we're gonna do the Lord's name first. You understand? Let's see if I can get some. So Lord's name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. And then we're going to do it first in the ancient Hebrew, which if you go to the ancient Hebrew, like I said, you go right to left, which will be, that'll be the Yah. Ha. Wa. Yah. Ha. Wa. So what these are connectors. If you have two letters that connect themselves, for the most, I ain't gonna say for the most part, but a lot of times at the end of a word, it would be these. It'll combine. I would say combine characters. These right here. Oh, Slocky, I did. It's right there. We got these. These are singular characters. These will be considered singular characters, which means they make whatever sound that is printed on the Lashawan Qadash chart. These are a little bit different because these are combined characters, because at the end of this is wa. Y-A-H. Slocky. Yeah, I just looked at that. I wrote it right. In the Lashawan Qadash, not the English. Yeah. Slocky. You got the singular character, then you got the combined character. Like at the end, this is wa. This would be the wa and the ha at the same time, but because we got the connector, it makes it a wa. So you don't, the ha is kind of hidden inside of the wa, but it's because it's a connector. It's a combined character.
She said it's like otherwise, isn't it Yahweh? No, what would have an H at the end? It would be So you that's the sister Makar Pop. She said slightly otherwise, isn't it Yahweh? But no, it's just actually we want to show her.
No, sis. So no, so the reason it's not Yahweh with just the A is because the connector at the end still gives you the ha effect, just like any other Judah. Judah would be a AH at the end as well. You know, it'll be the DA and then the H. You chop the A off the end of the ha. So anytime you have a ha at the end, the A on the ha is silent.
You want to write it out so it can like the opposite regular way, like right to left. Because you got it backwards, so it kind of make it, I guess this is probably a little bit. I think she's talking about like this. I mean, you get it the right way. So sis, it'll be like this. It'll be yeah. This the way it should be, yeah.
Oh, you mean spell it out for?
Huh? So this would, if you thinking about it, or if you're doing it like this how it would this how you would think it is. But since it got the no, since it got the connectors, what you do is since it's the at the end, you take that A away and you bring the A over. I mean this H over. So this is in essence wa and huh at the same time. But when you connect them together, it's wa, not wa huh, it'll be wa. You see what I'm saying?
No sign correct. And just think about it like you did in math. You got two of the same common things. One of them got to cancel itself out. You understand? So it's still wa, just without the A. You understand? You can't say wa-huh, so it has to be wa.
So it's like, would it be like that? The huh would be silent at the end?
The huh would be silent. The huh would be silent. If you wrote out Yaha wa da, you would have ya ha Slakia. You have ya ha wa da. It's the same thing because the huh at the end, just the A is silent. There will be no A on that. You just take it off. All right, so next, I'm gonna give y'all a second to just get that part down. I'll do this for you too, sis, just since you're in here.
I think they was going off when it was written wrong the first time too. So
Slack. I'm gonna take all this off. I'm gonna go to Israel. So Israel in the Hebrew would be Yasharallah. You understand? So we're gonna put it up here. Israel or Yah Sha Ra. Now, only when the H is when the H is at the end of a word do you pronounce it just like the But say in Israel, the word Israel, Yasharallah, isn't at the end. The H ain't at the end. You just got Yah Sha Slaki. Sha Ra La. So in the ancient, it would be Yah Sha Ra So these connectors would be ya, sha, shara, la. So ya, sha, ra, la. The sha and the go together. All right, let's go to it in the Assyrian. This is ancient. We're gonna go to it in Assyrian. The Assyrian would be all right, slide. I'm horrible at drawing. Go back to the handwritten sometimes. Ya, Shara. The watch sis. I'm flipping up on some of these, so appreciate the help. I'm trying to move kind of fast. So next one we're gonna do Edom. Of course, we know who Edom is. It's a so-called oppressor, or Esau, who was the progenitor of the white race, or the oppressor race. Edom. And then we're gonna go in Syrian, where it'll be da. Adawam. So when you put the connectors in here, this is what attach this word to be in Adawam. It'll be then it'll be the duh, and then these will go together in the connection, which will be wam, Adawam or Edom. That's in the ancient Hebrew. Then you go to the Assyrian. You got the same thing, Adawam. It'll be slide. The wom. And if you go back to this chart, you see how, remember how I told you that the ma, if it's in the interior of the word, it would be a ma, but because it will be this ma, but because it's at the end of this word, it's this ma. So that's why you end up having this character as the ma instead of this primary character, which would normally be the ma if it was anywhere else, inside of that word. All right. Well, that's Assyrian. Oh, sorry. And this would be the wom. I'm gonna let you sit if you want to capture that. Yeah, it is. It's almost like Adawam. Any brother in the school or sister in the school, we know this is just somewhat like Adawam, but it's Adawam. Don't get it twisted. Don't call Adawam. I don't want to see nobody get checked on myself. All right, Ramawan, you want to do one? Good. All right, I'm gonna have Ramawan throw one up. I'm gonna give you a few more seconds, and then if you can throw up Moab, if you can throw the name Moab up in ancient Hebrew and in Assyrian, if you could, Baba Shah. I'm gonna erase this for you though first. Together, ancient and Assyrian. Let's see. Excuse my chicken scratch. That's my wow. Okay. Let's see. You got Moab. Let's go into Assyria first. So like, let's just go into Assyrian first. Let's go into English. Yeah, go into English. But wow.
Oh, okay. Come on. Let's go. I believe this is Ma. Wa. I believe I ain't did this in a while. Oh, slack it. Ma. Wa. Ba. Oh, slack it.
Something goes together.
Oh, slack it. Ma. Wa.
You just sounded out on the chart.
Ma. Wa. That's Ba.
You got it.
How did you? I'm trying to remember how to write it.
It'll be Ma, Wa, Ba, but it'll be Mawab when you pronounce it.
Right. So it'll be Ba. It'll be Ma, Wa, Ba. But when you say it,
it'll be Mawab.
It'll be Mawab. These two will be together. These two will be together, so it would be Mawab.
Correct.
Okay. Come on. So if you're doing it with the connectors, it will be they all separate. So come on. So it would be Ma, Wa, Ba. And these two all separate. Ma, Wa, Abu. And then in the Assyrian. Oh, and you want me to do it in ancient? Assyrian. Okay, Assyrian.
Salaki, go ahead.
That'd be more. It'll be all those. And then this is Assyrian. And ancient.
That's ancient.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's ancient. That's ancient Hebrew up top.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Ancient. Syrian. And the one of these funny looking things.
Long time no see, huh?
And
Facts, sis. It's just like learning Chinese.
So kind of like that.
Can you fix that first character though?
Okay. This one.
Kind.
The mouth. How you supposed to do that like that? You know, I got chicken scratch already, so it's kind of.
Look at the hand written down. That's what give you your context of what you want to write.
Ma will be right here, so it kind of look like a bomb a little bit. So like a little thing like that. Like that. That's a little bit better.
Kind. So that's Mawab in ancient and Assyrian. Okay, I'm gonna do some of the tribes. First, of course, I'm gonna start off with Judah. Judah is
Go ahead.
Wada. Wada. We're gonna do it in the ancient. All right. So Yahweh or Judah in the ancient Hebrew is going to be Yah. Wa. Da. Yah. Wa. Da. Your connectors go in at the end. All right, this will be the ancient. Then you go over to the Syrian. You have, of course, a different, small different way of doing it, which would be Yah. This would be Ha. This would be Wa. This would be Da. So this would be the Yah. This would be the Ha. This would be the Wa. And that'll be the Da. This would be the Syrian. This is how you say Judah in the Lashawan Qadash. This is the English. This is the ancient. This is the Syrian.
Just so some of the brothers know, when you see brothers in the school like myself or Officer Kazawan, who's at the end of their name they put Yahweh, it would be like my name would be Ramawan Bond. Bond means what?
From
Yahweh Bond. Ramawan Bond Yahweh means of. Means
from,
yeah. So it would be Ramawan of Judah, and then Ban Yashala would be
of Israel.
Right.
This is what he's saying. Like if we put, like when we say, I'll use my name, Kazayawan, and then we say Ban, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this Yahweh is the same as Yahweh. It's saying, Kazayawan from or of Judah. That's where your fourth parent is. Or the tribe you come from, but your fourth parent. Judah was your fourth parent. Isupk was, the fourth parent of the so-called Mexicans. Ephraim was the father of the so-called Puerto Ricans, and so on and so on. So that's why we say our name, what tribe we come from, and then our forefather. You understand? Just anyone who, is chiming in and don't understand why we say our names like that, because I want Bon Yahweh. This is why. The Issachar, the sister on here who's heavy in the game, she's Issachar. You know what I'm saying? With Gadite background as well. So so these are just ways we pay homage to our foreparents, pretty much. I'm gonna erase this. We're gonna go to the next tribe. Any brother that's a young man or a trooper that at the end of the day, this is gonna be something that everyone is relied on to teach our culture. So you might want to, try to study it up as much as you can. I'm still studying and making sure that I can critique it as much as I can. But overall, this is gonna be a community business. This is gonna be the nation of Israel having to come together to make sure our kids, children, my son, I got cards for him now. You know what I'm saying? His sister teaches him these symbols and what they are. So it's gonna take all of us as a nation to build up our children to make them better than us. So we ain't sitting here learning at 20 and 30 years old. Our children should be learning it at the same age as they learn in English. You understand? Next we're gonna do is Levi. Levi. The tribe of Levi. All right. And the tribe of Levi it doesn't sound like the tribe of Levi when you put it down in ancient Hebrew and Assyrian. It sounds like Lawah. So it's spelt like Lawah. So this will be you keep telling me use the blue side. It'll be La Wa. On that chart, and I'll just show you just for that chart's sake, it'll be La Wa Ha. And how you would do that in the ancient Hebrew would be I'll take the A off just so I wouldn't confuse y'all, but just so you can know those characters on there, that's what it will be. But it will be that. That would be La Wa. This is a connector. So if you go over here, it'll be La Wa. Oh, Slakia. It'll be La Wa Ya. What am I at? Right there. La Wa. Slakia. La Wa. All right. All right. We're going to go into the Assyrian. The Assyrian would be the same thing. La Wa. The La is a little bit rough to write in the Syrian, so it'll be La Wa.
Let me see that.
Let me see something. La Wa. That's the Assyrian. All right. Levi. That'll be your tribe of Levi. Which is your Haitian tribe. You understand? Your tribe of Levi will be your Haitians.
Use the connectors. Use the connectors.
Oh, Salaki, yeah. My bad. I use a connection. No, and this will go together.
Oh, yes.
Lawa.
Yeah. That's no way, yeah. At the top.
All right, so we're gonna go to Salakia. You want to do the next one, Zebulon or Zabalawan? I just like to get people interactive. Zebulon or Zabalawan?
Zebulon. That'd be Za. That'd be Za. Ba. Zabo. Yeah. Okay. One. So it'll be.
Yep.
Right. Make sure. So ball of one should be that one. Okay, and this will be ancient. It's a Syrian. And ancient. You want to say Zabalawan, Zebulon. It will be I hate doing this one. So it'll be Z, Ba, La, and One. Like that.
God.
And then for the Syrian, you're gonna go this crazy looking W looking thing. Oh, Salakia. No, I ain't. I don't know how to make it. Guess that's how you make it. Syrian hard to write. This looks like this, something like that. That's just like the end. Nah. Like that one. Something like that. I ain't really good with the Syrian. writing it at least. Good enough.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be Z, B, L, Z, B, L. Juan. One will be connected. We'll make it Juan. It wouldn't be written. It wouldn't be written like this. When it wouldn't be written when it would be written Juan. You would take that A off just like you do with her. It will be Juan instead of being when. So anytime you get an A, that A at the end, like these, just like you got, he was showing earlier. The reason you put that one at the end, it would be on. It ain't gonna be nuh. That's nuh. That's nuh. That usually would be on. You know, those words would close off itself. They would take that verb. I mean that is it a verb? I mean you know what the word I'm trying to say. It would take that A or O, I mean A or whatever the word, the letter is afterwards, it would take it off of there so you could make a actually clear direct word. So you got another one?
Yep. I'm gonna do this last one.
Vowel. That's the word I'm trying to use. It'll take the A off. That vowel would come off and it would put it all together. I'm trying to find the damn word. Put it together. Next one,
It's a car. So you got the so-called Mexicans, which is Isupk. It's a car. You got it's a car.
You right.
It's a car. It's the so-called Mexicans. And it's Shakar.
Hey, you got that. That's it. Oh yeah, come on. Also to be wrong.
And then we're gonna do it in the ancient, which is I hate doing
because it'll be
Shakar. Shakar.
My sister would know would it be Yashakar with a K?
No, it wouldn't be a Yashakar. Oh yeah, that is a Yashakar with a K. If you go up here on the Lashawan Qadash, it would be considered the Yashakar on the K with the K. So that's correct, sis. What she's saying is there's two K's. It's a K and a H. The H is different from the K. What's in here is a Yashakar, which would be the one with the K. This is an ancient. All right. Then we're going to do it in the Syrian, which is Yeah. These things is so hard to write out. Yes, it should. Yeah. Shakar. This being in Syrian. This being in English.
No, that's supposed to be K.
It's K.
I don't know the way you spell it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, just on the on that part. Yeah. It's not the hood, it's the cut.
Oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna end it with that. Of course, let's come back Friday. Let's learn together. Let's learn how to read and write the language that, of course, we all supposed to be reading and writing that right now, but we're in slavery. Every Friday is a Lashawan Qadash class in Chicago. Any questions that you have, just chime them into the comments. If I can't get to them, of course, I'll get to them next week. With that, that's my time, Israel. Shalom, Lord Christ.